Gyimah is one of the politicians voting against. He's a member of Theresa May's Conservative Party and a former universities and science minister. He resigned in protest over the Brexit deal, saying that it is fatally flawed, and he's called for a second referendum. So, welcome to the program, Member of Parliament, Sam Gyimah. Okay, you say it's fatally flawed. Why?
For a very simple reason, that Theresa May's deal requires us to give up our veto, our voice, and our vote in the EU in return for best endeavours. So it is not a deal at all. What it is a list of aspirations that we will be negotiating over the next 2 to 4 years with our hands tied behind our back. And what I see is that is a recipe for our interest as a country to be weakened and to make us poorer.
So are you saying this because you're at heart a Remainer and you want to see this bill go down to defeat and that you think it might lay the table for a second referendum?
No, actually, I didn't resign at all because of a second referendum. I have spent the last 3 years implementing Brexit as the Universities and Science Minister. As part of my role, I was responsible for space technology and exploration, which we collaborate with the EU on. So I had first-hand experience of how these negotiations are playing out and how our exit is currently damaging our industry, but also how the negotiations were actually damaging our interests.
So let me ask you about that. Lay out why you think they're damaging and then why you don't think voting no on this deal would be equally damaging.
Well, just take one simple example. At the moment, we rank on a par with France and Germany in the EU. Under Theresa May's deal, because nothing has been agreed yet on the principal aspects of our future relationship with the EU, every one of the 27 countries in the EU can veto what we want. Whatever we want will come at a price of what they want. So we go from a country that is a rule maker to a country that is a rule taker from the EU. We go from a country with a seat at the table to being a country that are basically a nation of lobbyists around Europe. That cannot be a recipe for getting what Theresa May promised, which is a bespoke deal that will work in our national interest.
Well, she did set herself up to an extent by always saying that, you know, no deal is better than a bad deal. And now she's saying this deal is better than a no deal, which would be the
now
default.
It's a bad deal is better than no deal.
Right, exactly. Well, yeah, exactly. This deal, but she says it's the best deal she can possibly get.
It is the best deal she can get, given the red lines that she set for the negotiations. Theresa May arbitrarily set red lines for the negotiations, and what the Europeans are saying is, well, if these are your red lines, then this is the deal that you get.
So, okay, so where should those red lines move then? What are the red lines that you're particularly talking about? Because we are talking about trying to put a square peg in a round hole. Everybody says that. You know, after 45 years of trying to divorce and trying to get the best of all worlds, it's really tough.
Yes, absolutely. But I think there is in principle an option more like the Switzerland option, you know, where you might actually agree to certain things. Theresa May absolutely decided against freedom of movement. She wanted to be out of the single market, out of the customs union. That was an arbitrary interpretation.
But didn't the Brexiters, to be fair, vote for an end to freedom of movement? They may not have understood the single market and the customs union, but freedom of movement was a prime Brexit demand.
But to go into negotiations and try to retrofit the entire relationship with the EU based around an end to freedom of movement weakened her position. But my point around a new referendum is really that I take it that people knew what they were voting for. I think it's insulting to voters to say they didn't know what they were voting for.
Really? You think they knew all the facts and figures?
But what we know...
None of us did.
But what we do know now is what is negotiable. And knowing what is negotiable now, we shouldn't be, Theresa May should not be asking MPs to choose a third-rate future for our country.
So what are you saying? Are you saying that it should go back to the people, or are you saying that she should go back to Brussels and get a better deal, and this defeat is going to make her go and get a better deal somehow from the European leaders?
Well, she delayed the vote by 5 weeks and went to Brussels to get improvements to the deal, principally around the Northern Ireland backstop. Nothing has changed. Nothing has been delivered. So I don't think that going back will actually yield that, but I do think that we need to engage the people more in this process. everyone said quite rightly that the Brexit vote was a roar for democracy. But what hasn't happened since that vote is any engagement of the public on the difficult trade-offs, as you said, of unwinding a 45-year marriage.
Yeah, so tell me this bit about democracy, because obviously the Brexiters say, look, if you do not respect this and do this, then you are denying democracy. How do you think, whatever happens, this country can be knitted together again? Because it wasn't as if 99% voted one way and 1% vote. It was very close, this vote. I know it was definitive, 52-48, but it's still not, you know, it's not an overwhelming majority. How does one knit the country together again, do you think?
That is a big challenge, but I think the start of that process is actually engaging people with the difficult trade-offs. I think we're all trapped, many people are trapped in their pre-referendum positions, because no one is saying, well, if you want to get rid of freedom of movement, these are the consequences. So if you want frictionless trade, then maybe you can't have this. And I think till we actually begin to engage with people on the facts, there is no chance of moving forward. Now, when people say about the referendum, you know, if there was a new referendum, I think the principal case for it here...
The problem with that is, though, the YouGov poll says that there's no support for that, or there's much less support for a new referendum than against a new referendum.
I think 2 points I'll make to that. Parliament is deadlocked. We have a hung parliament. There is no majority for any Brexit option. So
except against a no deal.
Against no deal. So how do you resolve deadlock? And what I'm saying is, although I didn't originally want a new referendum, that might be the way to resolve deadlock.
And how do you persuade the people who right now don't say that?
The second point you said is the polls say people don't want that. Well, we politicians are meant to lead. No change would have ever come about in life if politicians started off by saying, the polls say it's not possible. And I think the brave and necessary thing to do is for us to be honest with the public about the difficulties here, and they have their say. They can say, we want exactly the same thing as before. That is absolutely fine, but we're not leveling with the public, and that is why we've got deadlock in Parliament.
So before I let you go quickly, what do you think Theresa May will do if, as expected, she loses, and she loses pretty badly?
I think what she is most likely to do in the immediate aftermath of defeat is carry on as usual. But I think what Parliament needs, given that there are not enough Conservative votes to pass this bill, is actually for her to reach across the aisle and for us to work together as Parliament to solve what is a national political and constitutional emergency. It has to be done across Parliament, can't be done by the Prime Minister on her own or the Conservative Party on its own.
MP Sam Gyimah, thank you very much. I know you have to run back in and cast your vote, which is going to be against, is that correct?
It is definitely going to be against.
All right, okay. Thank you so much.